Hello there, welcome to this video. In this video I want to take you through a process of using what we call Google Forms. Now, what are Google Forms? These are prepared documents, or I don't know what we can describe them to be, but they are tools that can be used to collect data for you from various sources, from those people who might be using the internet. Why I like Google Forms is because the kind of tasks sometimes I find myself engaged in. A recent example is where some students who I teach were not able to do their selection of courses for university level while they were in school. They had dispersed and they were at home, yet we needed that data back to us. So Google Forms helped me to collect a lot of data from these students, and this video is meant to take us through the process of using or creating Google Forms and how you will finally get data coming to you. So without much ado, where do we get Google Forms? Immediately you open Google Chrome, and then there is that account that you are using. Like now, this is the account that I am using here. When there is an account attached to Google Chrome, it is very easy to find a set of so many apps that you can use in Google. I don't know whether you have ever thought of them. Some of these we meet them in fonts, but some of them might not work so well when you are in a font because it might be squeezed there. So let me go directly to an app that is called Google Forms. There we are. So remember, I'm connected to internet, and this now is where I want to start the process. So you're going to get some few templates on top here, and these templates include contact information, RSVP, rice and soup, very plenty, party invite, t-shirt, sign, design up. But I want to design a new blank Google form, Now, so that we get an idea of what do I want to use this form for, there is a kind of a structure here, a spreadsheet into which I will want to have some information in. In this spreadsheet, I want to fill in all these columns, assuming they had nothing, assuming they do not have any data for now. I may want to fill in the data automatically using a Google form. So you look at the data that I require. I require place for index number, district, applicant name, degree, choices, about 5 or 4 choices, and one is split, and then diploma and so on. Now, this structure is the one which I would like to use so that I can be able to show you how we can create a Google form to get data into such a spreadsheet. Now, ours is not about the spreadsheet, ours is about the Google form. So what do? Let me say I will call my form my degree programs selection form. That's the title. Form description: a tool customized to collect data from students. A tool, I wanted it to be a tool customized. Okay, customized. Now that's the heading and the description therein. Then in this form we are going to interact with various tools which come from different categories. There are controls that we can add from this panel here. this toolbar has got various tools that we can utilize, and these tools will include there can be add a question, import questions, add title and description, add image, add video, add section. But I just want to go straight into this place for untitled question so that you see the behavior of Google Form. When I am in the header there, you can see the tools that we have. But when I go to this section, you can see what happens. There are various options which have appeared on the screen. Various options which have appeared on the screen. The first question is about index number. I want to capture index number from a student bucket or home. So what is the best tool to use to capture index number? I will use a drop-down list for that purpose. In a drop-down list, now you find you can be allowed to type the options. Like now I want to type 001, 002. But you can also choose, instead of typing, you can copy-paste the data from a source. Like I am going back to Excel worksheet and highlight indexes from 03 to 08, and then I copy. I have already copied, go back to my form, and then I paste. So you can see I have been able to populate my list in the drop down up to 008. Okay, so that is the first part. Then the second part, this part is actually required. So as you progress, you should also be conversant with this area that we have at the bottom here. If a field must be required, then you turn it on. That is, somebody must not fail to enter information into that particular field. Then I come at the bottom here, and then I also want to add a question. Add a question. The next question that I want to add according to our spreadsheet is about, let me skip the district because the behavior should be just like the index number, but applicant name is what I want to go to in the next section, in the next question. So applicant name, and then what kind of a tool shall I use for this? I will use a control called short answer. If it was a long paragraph, I could have used paragraph, but in this case I will use short answer. Again, the name is very much required, and then you can also be able to attach some other descriptions. You can be able to attach description. So like now I may say candidate, type your full name here, a description of that nature. And then what else can we do? Can we add response validation? Yes, we can say that the response required here is text. It must be text, and then if it must contain something, then you indicate what it must contain. But for this, in this case, I just want it to be text. Then you add more questions as you continue. Let me add one more option to my form, and that is degree choice 1. Degree option, degree choice 1A. Here the candidate is going to use not a drop-down box, but he will again, they will be required to type in a short answer. And because of the nature of the text that I expect for degree choice, I need them to be numbers. I will specify in my form that I want to restrict these to be just numbers, pure numbers. So I go to description, not description, but response validation, and I choose number which is greater than. The degree codes here in my country are represented by numbers which have 7 digits. And because of that, and the shortest number, the shortest course code should be 1 0 0 0 0 0. How many are those? 1 2 3 4 7 digits. 7 digits. A number that is greater than, but I don't want greater than. I need it to be between, so that I can have two options, that the number must be greater than 100 1 million, like that, and then it must also be less than 999. Okay, so that is how you restrict a field and the nature of data that you expect to have in your form. Okay, now if it is required, remember to turn on the requirement tool. If it is not required, then don't turn it on. Okay, then if you would like to add a section, for example, in your form, you can click the section button, which allows you now to start by typing the section title. We can say this is diploma section, and then you describe it. Fill this area if you are interested with diploma courses. Okay, hope we are together. Then we add a question likewise, and the first question shall be of the nature, what type? Diploma choice 1. And then what nature of control do we use? Short text. Once again, short text. And then what is the short text that we are going to have? We need to have a number. So we do response validation, and then this number must be between. Again, the codes for diploma, they are above a 7-digit number, 100000. How many are those? 100. How many? 3 4 5 6 7. And then we have got 9999999. Okay, so once you have done all the design of the form, using various controls, using various tools that we have here, using various categories of controls and tools that we have in the form design, then you can have a preview of how does my form look like. So to preview, you can go to preview icon there, and then you are able to see how does it look like. How will the user see it? Choose. You can see a drop down list of what we said. We are choosing the index number. It's a required field. That's what we specified. This is a required question. And then applicant's name, again, it's a required field. But degree choice A, it's not a required field. So if, for example, the user has utilized the whole of this section and has answered all the degree, the questions regarding degree choices, then they can go to the next question, which is about diploma choices. However, because we have not answered anything, let me just try to pick out some of the items that are available here. I say Abud Dominic is the selector. Abud Dominic is the person selecting. And then they have chosen 1234, 1, 2, 3 as their degree choice. Then we go to next now, and because we have already filled in the degree section, we are allowed to go to the next level where we can be able to choose diploma choice, and then we type in what is the diploma choice that we are taking. And let's see how the behavior will be when we type a number that is less than what we are required. Remember, we have already set response validation to be between 1 million to 9 million word blah 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 blah. So we must type in a number that is within that allowable range. So you can see now, viewer, that we have already designed a form to capture data. So if I submit this response, what will happen is that the form is cleared, and then I'm asked whether I would desire to submit another response. However, for now, I don't want to submit any other response. I want to go back to the form and show you, is there something else that we can be able to do? Yes, you can apply a theme to make it more beautiful. Could there be a word that is called beautifulier? Choose image, and then there are pre-designed images that you can scroll and look for under themes. So if, for example, this form is related to birthday party, if it is just for kids, night out, and so on, illustrations, work and school, you can pick a picture, an image from the available images here, and then you make it as the heading of that form. See now how my form looks like. Then other things that you can do is to include some color around the form, just to make it more appetizing to those people who will be using your form. So that is how you design a form. When a response is made, it will be shown here. So this is where now you'll come later and check the responses that have been given. Already we have one response, and that is the response that I did when I was showing you about how to enter data into the form. Now, so this response will be summarized for you, but there is still a way that you can want to copy that information and paste it probably into your own customized worksheet. So in this case, we want to create a new spreadsheet. And what shall we call it? You can give the name that you are going to give to a form may appear here, but so far we have not given our form any name. So let's just create it the way it is, and then there we are able to see the choices that this person, Abud Dominic, has made. You can see we selected index number 2. We can see that the applicant name is Abud, and so on and so on. Timestamp is when the form was submitted. Every form that you design and then somebody responds to it, you are going to find there is a timestamp when the response was created by a user. So having created the form, guys, what do? We need to share our form. So we need to share our form. So this form, we can just choose to send it, and you can choose to send it via email. You can choose to invite people to get access, to gain access to your form. But I just would desire that I copy the form. I copy the link to this form. So when you copy, a link will appear here. When you click this button for copy, a link will appear at the bottom here, but it will be a very lengthy URL, but you can shorten it. That's the good thing with Google. You can shorten the URL so that you can also be able even to memorize that address that will be created. So if now you are okay with that, what we can do is simply to copy. If we copy the form, if we copy the URL, and we close this window now, and then I also close whatever I was doing, and I log in from another device. Now I have another account here. Remember, I'm using a certain account for Gmail, but I am now going to illustrate how the user may get access to my form. So what they will do, log in to a Gmail account. I am in a different Gmail account. You can see there. I'm in a different account, and then simply in the address bar, after having the address, whatever method you can share via WhatsApp, you can share via Facebook, you can share via whatever method you can use. You just need to copy the URL in the address bar of your browser. Hit enter, and what we are anticipating to see is our form. So from a different device, be it a phone, that is how our form will look like. Guys, I believe you have enjoyed to stay with me in this video about designing Google Form to collect information from internet users. Thank you very much. If you like it, remember to subscribe to our channel. Remember to like the video. Remember to share it. Remember to tell others about it. Support this channel, and may God bless you. May you stay safe and blessed. Thank you very much.